My name is Kenneth Counsel. I'm here to give my views on presidential war authority. Careful consideration is given when assessing international politics that affect us individually as American citizens. One thing for certain is that no matter whom the United States president is, they're supposed to follow the United States Constitution. Quote, the president is to be commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy, nothing more than the supreme command and direction of the military and naval forces, while that power of the British king extends to declaring of war and to the raising of regulation of fleets and armies, all of which would appertain to legislature. www.constitution.org. The Constitution balances the powers of war between Congress and the president. This balance is intended by the framers to ensure that the United States would not enter war preemptively or rashly. The duality of checks is intended to prevent one body of government from dragging the other body of government into bad conflicts. This is consistent with constitutional precedent. Quote, the Constitution divides war powers between Congress and the president. This division was intended by the framers to ensure that wars would not be entered into easily. It takes two keys, not one, to start the engine of war. Unquote. Law2umck.edu. How we personally feel about the actions our government takes in the name of our nation is the core of our citizenship. We have the right to know. We have ethical and moral, even religious obligation to trust that the leaders of this nation act based on the principles of the United States Constitution. America made a change. They turned away from what the media said was a warlike regime, evil empire, even a dictatorship, to what the media implied was change we hoped for. A new American image was in the making. Yet we find America deep in the bowels of another war. And we hear the same justification from the changer Obama that we heard from the danger Bush. Quote, we are naturally reluctant to use force to solve the world's many challenges, said the president. But when our interests and values are at stake, we have a responsibility to act. That's what has happened in Libya over the course of these last 6 weeks. Obama justifies U.S. military action in Libya. President Obama clearly feels that our interests are at risk in Libya. That is possible. But what is not probable is that the American public, the people, most of color, whom rallied behind President Obama, especially during the primaries, question his motives, even the motive, the theme of his presidency. Throughout modern times, we are encouraged to move away from identity politics and culture-based thought processes and focus on the Americanization of the Americans. The all-inclusive mindset requires that we evaluate our leaders as Americans, not as any particular group or segment, but simply and plainly as American standards should and would have it. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Ninth Amendment to the United States Constitution. The Ninth Amendment is not often considered when we think of what the government can and cannot do. However, it sums up all the rights an American citizen should possess, namely that we have a say-so in government and that we share in the responsibility of governing this great nation. Failing to inform the American people of war and the reasons thereof in a truthful manner offends the United States Constitution. I would like to thank you all for coming and showing interest in the subject matter at hand. Thank you and have a good evening. Still start talking. Can't help it.